Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rukahakodash, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who ruled well and taught me this truth. Peace, blessings, salutations, and mercies to the elect and the one-third remnant out there listening and doing this word with all faith and sincerity scattered amongst the nations and the four corners of the earth. To you, I say Shalom, Lord willing. This video is edifying. It's going to be sitting around now, what you see on the screen. And it's a video about an article, right? And pretty much it's centered around how the U.S. is planning to withdraw from NATO, its main allies on the global stage. America is, looking to remove itself from, right? And we know this is all prophecy. Okay. And the video is by Off Grid Desert Farming with Paul and Adrian. If you ain't subscribed to them, I recommend it. They post very informative videos. This one being one of them. And it's the spirit because, we living in prophetic times, and we have been for, and when have we stopped living in prophetic times, right? But in the day and age in which we are in, things are reaching a pinnacle, right? Everything is climaxing, at very critical times, and it's beautiful, right? So the U.S. is withdrawing military forces from the European countries in which they were stationed after 1990. So the U.S. is, just like they withdrew out of Afghanistan, right? They're trying to withdraw out of Ukraine. They're withdrawing everywhere. And really, this is a preservation tactic, okay? Because the rulers and the leaders of America realize that this place is through, right? They don't have enough to sustain the empire in which it once, managed, right? That's why you see cannibalistic tactics by, the new administration trying to pretty much absolve Canada, turn Canada into a state, trying to get Greenland. Don't be surprised if you hear about Mexico, right? Because, the U.S. is attempting to preserve itself, right? That's why you hearing these "Make America Great Again," America First type rhetoric, because that's the new move, right? But guess what? There's a consequence for that. And that consequence is isolation. All right. America is beginning to be isolated on the global stage, right? And, simple bird brain Americans, they don't, they can't really fathom it, right? They can't see it because they're too distracted or they're just stupid. But these withdrawals will have major consequences because, America's allies are simply just going to align with, the enemies of America's, right? Because they're going to feel abandoned. They're going to feel forsaken. And so they're going to align themselves with the ones who pose the biggest threat, right? Which would be Russia. Finland, Sweden, Poland, Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, Czech Republic, Hungary, Romania, Bulgaria, Slovenia, Slovakia, Albania, Croatia, Montenegro, and Skopje should empty of American troops. And that's, I didn't pull up the actual article, but hey, that's good enough, right? That's pretty much the whole Eastern Front, of America's fight against Russia, so to speak, right? The whole eastern border of Europe, right? And that's not it, because, once these once America's other allies see this, they're going to think, well, shit, we're next. And guess what? They are, right? But this is all prophecy, okay? America is overextending itself, and now it's attempting to reinvent and reimagine this empire and try to do everything through taxation and, pretty much bullying tactics, even when it comes to its own allies. And guess what? It's not going to work. It's only going to cause, you're only going to pull more enemies towards, yourself by doing that, right? So America is imploding, okay, through bad policy being the main thing. This is Isaiah 19 and 13. The princes of Zoan are become fools. The princes of Noph are deceived. They have also seduced Egypt, even they that are the stay of the tribes thereof. See, so America has been completely bamboozled, right? The leaders have led it astray, okay, all through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shah, because, this was destined to happen, okay? And now you're seeing the results of it. You're seeing, America's policies becoming more and more, diabolical, right? And they're only going to get worse, just because this new regime is in, doesn't mean it's going to get better, okay? People are starting to see the inconsistencies and the untrustworthy ways of America, okay? Yahweh Bashim Al-Shah have mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. So here it is on one tip. If you continue to finance Europe and its army, right, then you're pretty much gonna bankrupt. And then if you don't, then you run the risk of your allies turning to your enemies for help, right? Because we know Europe is pretty much a wasteland, right? Not many resources there, when it comes to natural resources like gas, oil, energy, right? They don't have that. They don't, Europe can't produce a lot of things, especially Western Europe, like grains and, different foods and, energy being the biggest, right? They're very dependent. And America is removing itself, is causing, a desperate times calls for desperate measures, If somebody else can't do it for you, another one will, right? And that another one just, happens to be America's biggest foe, which is Russia, right? And these nations, they see Trump pretty much placating to Russia, bowing their head, trying to get good with Russia, because they understand, that, Russia is now strong, right? The previous administration underestimated the durability and the, resilience of Russia. And now, fast forward 2025, new administration, they don't want no more smoke, okay? Because they lost a lot of money, right? Dealing in Ukraine, trying to go against it. So now they're just trying to make peace, trying to cut their losses and get out of there. But guess what? Your allies see that, right? And at the same time, they see how you moving kind of iffy towards them, okay? Because you got too ahead of yourself, right? So the Lord pretty much got, Esau in a trick bag. Okay, this is Psalms 140 and 9. I started 8. Psalms 140 and 8. Grant not, O Yahweh Shemashah, the desires of the wicked. Further not his wicked device, lest they exalt themselves, Selah. And that's what, Esau is attempting to do. He's, because this is all a part of his diabolical plan. Right? Nationalism. Okay? Trying to bring, here it is. He pushed globalization for so long, and now he's trying to revert back to nationalism. Well, it's not going to work because everyone's become dependent, right? Everything is so delicate, right? You mess up, you change one thing and everything is affected, and these nations are about to be affected along with America. That's why you see gas prices just rising so, exuberantly, right? They're just, in 2 weeks, gas prices rose like 60, 70 cents. Okay. The average American, along with food prices, you can't survive this shit, man. Everybody's hurting right now. And it's not getting better. Okay? So the Lord is turning, the same tricks and policies that, Esau thought he was going to use to, get him out of this situation is furthering his demise, right? As the scripture said, his desires shall not be granted, right? Things are about to come way quicker and way more extreme than he thought, right? It's gonna happen faster and in a degree that even he can account for, because he thinks himself to be a god, but he's about to find out quick. As for the head of those that can pass me about, let the mischief of their own lips cover them. See, and that's why the spirit of Yahweh Shemel Shai had Trump be elected, right? Or selected, because he's the perfect man. He talks the most shit, right? He keeps it the most blunt. And he's pretty much telling, the world, what to expect from America in the future, right? And these nations, they hear it and they see it, okay? And they're using that same, rhetoric to guide them in their future decisions, right? So they're seeing where America's coming from, and they're seeing where it's going, and guess what? It's causing them to be swayed, right? And the American people, the American public just have no idea what's coming, man. Just wait, okay? Because not only will Europe turn on America, but its allies in the Middle East will as well. Saudi Arabia, Egypt, right? Jordan. These major players in every part of the world. South Korea. It's all going to happen quick. Okay? Because the world knows that America is weak. They know the dollar is weak. They know that it's amazing transition taking place. This is Revelations 17 and 16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. See? And that's talking about America's strongest allies, man. The beast in which America came from, right, was pretty much sponsored by, if you want to say that, right? Because these nations helped create America, right? America stems from, this beast, these 10 horns, right? Because America is what? Rome, right? Reincarnated. Rome all over again. The same ideas, the same principles, the same rulers, right? The same system of government, governance, right? And guess what? Its own allies are going to turn against it, right? Starting out with as Satan, starting out with those European nations, right? Which are going to be game changer. This is Obadiah 1:7. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that are at peace with thee have deceived thee. See? So everybody's playing you, just like you played everybody else, right? Or at least you thought you was, but really you played yourself. And you're about to find out, right? And these American citizens have no idea what's happening, man. They're so lost and gone, right? They ain't gonna see it until it's already happening, right? And prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. Because these, Americans, right? And the leaders, right, of America think that they have leverage, but no. Due to globalization, that leverage ain't as great as you think it is, because you're going to be affected as well, right? You trying to impose these different policies and taxes on these different nations is only going to harm you, right? It's going to harm you. It may harm them, but it's going to harm you too. Okay. And the more, the more entities, more nations you try to, come at, the more hell you're going to catch. Okay. There is none understanding in him. See, because, Esau is based. Okay. He didn't get this off his own will. He got it because the Lord gave it to him. It was, it was his part of his blessing. The blessing was the sword, and, his time, of rulership is at his end. And that's why you're seeing things go the way that they are. It's real simple. Okay. And he can't see it because he's blinded by his pride. But guess what? Hey, he gonna see it at the last, man. And with that, I'm give all praise and the glory to Yahweh Shemal Shah, Bashim Rakakudash, Wild Bible Ball, and DTA DTN.